Assalamu alaikum, dear students. So today our topic is active and passive voice. So for this topic, we need to read these sentences which are given below. She dusted the chair. She sat on the chair. This is active voice. So we can write sentences I as the chair was dusted by her. The chair was dusted by her. That is passive voice, but it is incorrect to say the chair was sat on by her in place of second sentence. So kath sentences heko is active voice kya gai? Active voice gai yus is directly karo is kansi kath matlab yah maz is ye karo. In the last section we saw the difference between patmis sections maz yus es which difference between transition verbs and intransition verbs. So yes, in sentence first above, dusted takes a direct object to complete its meaning. Dusted is complete meaning. She dusted the chair was dusted by her. That is, she dusted the chair, go active voice. Passive voice is the chair was dusted by her. And intransitive verbs, in sentence with such transitive verbs can be changed to the passive voice. Yaman mas transitive verbs as yam transitive verbs cha yaman mas rath por as transitive verbs yam cha yaman mas kya guys, the noun paper. Certain verbs are followed by nouns, noun phrases, objects. They answer the questions what or who. In sentence 2, the object paper answers the second answers the question brought what. Such verbs are called transitive verbs. Yim transitive verbs cha asan ais transitive verb hekan as benith passive voice. Them intransitive verbs cha tam hekan change geshit passive voices mas. Verbs such as sit, stand, come, go, do not take a direct object after them. Do ya baki on ch iman ch pat can directly object to verb ke the iman we generally cannot form passive voice sentences with such intransitive verbs. So simply thaw is yaad transitive verbs yam ch iman hek benith passive voice. The yam intransitive verbs timan chan suppose karo intransitive verbs yam sit stand come go iman hekon is ye karet iman hekon is kya banayit passive voice banayit and these verbs are also called the intransitive verbs. So now read these sentences carefully. They use a spade for a digging. They use it a spade for digging. They use it a spade for digging. So in olden days, people used to read for writing. Accountants use calculators for long calculations. In the past, kings used horse carriages for traveling. We clean the room every day. In all these sentences, the object of the action is not important. The function performed by these agents are important. Which is sentence, the subject of the action is not important. Subject is important. The function performed by these agents, function is the switch important. Suppose they use a spade for digging. As this get is yiban is passive verbs mazan yiban a spade is used for digging the earth by them. In olden days, a reed was used for writing by people. Calculators are used for long calculations by accountants. In the past, horse carriages were used for traveling by kings. The room is cleaned every day by us. Go atmas buches یِم اَتھ منٛز اوٚبجیکٹٕس چھِ سَبجیکٹ یُس اَتھ منٛز چھِ سَبجیکٹٕس چھِنہٕ اَتھ منٛز ضروٗری ہٮ۪کان أسۍ کٔرِتھ کینٛہہ بٔلکہِ اَتھ منٛز کیاہ چھِ أسۍ تھاوُن سَبجیکٹ یُس چھِ یہِ چھِنہٕ دیٖز اِز ناٹ اِمپاٹَنٹ سَبجیکٹ چھِنہٕ اَتھ منٛز اِمپاٹَنٹ آسان کینٛہہ یُس اَسہِ توٚر سَمجھَس د فنٛگشَن پٔرفارمٕڈ باے د ایجَنٹ یُس یِم کٲم چھِ کَران یوٗز چھِ کٔرمٕژ سپیڈ یا کیاہ چھِ وَنان أسۍ یوٗزٕڈ چھِ یا ایز ریٖڈ چھِ یا یوٗزٕڈ ہارسِز چھِ یا یوٗزٕڈ کیاہ کَرو یِم کیاہ کٲم ٲسۍ کَران دیٹ اِز اِمپاٹَنٹ سو نَو notes that in all the passive voice sentences the noun phrases in objective position a spade a reed calculators carriage in the active voice move before the verb دَپان اَتھ منٛز ہَسا وٕچھ اَسہِ ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ أسۍ پیسِو وایِس اِستعمال کَران چھِ یِم ناوُن فرٛیزِز چھِ آسان اوٚبجَکٹِو پوزِشَن پٮ۪ٹھ تِم چھِ گژھان کَتَتھ تِم چھِ برونٛٹھ یِوان ؤربَس برونٛہہ کَنہِ یِوان لاگنہٕ اِن دَ سپیڈ سپوز دے used a spade for digging a spade is used for digging by them so thus we form یِتھَے پٲٹھۍ چھِ a spade we clean the room every day present the room is cleaned a spade is used for digging by them they use a spade for digging go present a spade is used for digging by them you go in my passive voice active voices must go as active voices must go as we clean the room we clean the room every day present passive voices must go as the room is cleaned every day by us the room is cleaned every day by us in olden days people used a reed for writing past a reed was used for writing by people thus we form passives with be singular is plus used present be single plural or plus used present be singular was plus used go past be plural were plus used go past be singular is plus cleaned go present اَتھ منٛز کوٚر اَسہِ present استعمال past tense تِم the object of an active verb becomes the subject of the object of an active verb becomes the subject of the corresponding passive verb example a spade a reed the rooms etc if the subject of the passive sentence is singular the verb also becomes singular we clean in the active singular becomes the room is cleaned in the passive the subject of the active verb the people doing the action moves to the end of the sentence with by placed before it so that is it they چھِ ہٮ۪کان أسۍ کٔرِتھ change by them doctors go by doctors accountants go by accountants we go by us ییٚمہِ سۭتۍ change گژھان thus these are thus put in brackets because the sentence makes complete sense even without them کیٛازِ چھِ أسۍ bracket منٛز تھاوان تُہۍ ٲسِو وٕچھمُت تِکیٛازِ یُس sentence چھِ یہِ چھِ complete sense مانان it is understood that who did the work in the passive voice in the active voice and in the passive voice we put them in the brackets أسۍ چھِ یِم bracketن منٛز تھاوان تِکیٛازِ اَسہِ یِمو وَرٲے تہِ چھِ یہِ sentence یُس چھِ یہِ چھِ complete meaning تہٕ complete sense دِوان and sometimes it is necessary to specify them as in اگر کُنہِ ساتہٕ پیٚیہِ ضوٚرَتھ تہٕ أسۍ چھِ ہٮ۪کان یِم تھٲیِتھ the children were escorted in the museum by the teachers the people or agents doing the action are not important because the focus is on the functions of the verb یہِ چھِ اَسہِ already پَتہ یُس اَتھ منٛز subject آسان چھِ یا doing the action of the important یُس یہِ چھِنہٕ تیٖژاہ important کینٛہہ बल्कि اتھ منٛز یُس force is on the function of the verb function کُس کٲم verb کُس کٲم چھِ کران. So that is all, and you can check these also. So आप इन्हें भी पढ़ सकते हैं, ये पेजेस जो हैं, तो उसके बाद हम रिवाइज करेंगे इसको. तो इसी के साथ हमारा ये टॉपिक आज. Some verbs can be used both in the active and passive voice. कुछ passive voice. So कुछ verbs ऐसे हैं जो हम active और passive voice में भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. The verbs under A में he writes history books, he writes well. हाँ, जैसे कि transitive verbs हैं this, that is they take an object. We can change these to passive voices as Hindi is taught by Meenu. History is written by him. History book is written by him. He was, but we cannot change the subject under B. He writes well. اتھ منٛز ہٮ۪کو نہٕ أسۍ یِم چینج کٔرِتھ کینٛہہ. In B the verbs are intransitive, that is they have no object. اتھ منٛز چھِنہٕ یِمن object کینٛہہ. یِم چھِ intransitive verbs like sit, stand, یِم ٲسۍ ٲدۍ put, come, smile, laugh are always intransitive. یِم چھِ آسان ہمیشہ intransitive. They cannot be passive. یِم ہٮ۪کوکھ نہٕ أسۍ passive voice منٛز change کٔرِتھ کینٛہہ. Some verbs have a direct, یہِ چھُ بۄنہٕ کَنہِ یَتھ یہِ revise, so you can do it by your own. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.